what you're representing today, and then I'll shift on to Anna, since we've already gotten to know Nick a bit and we know that he's from Deckible. So Crystal, where are you from?
Hi, good morning, everyone. And Katie, thanks for the invitation to come on and speak today. I'm really excited to be here, and it's been great listening in on all the classes and things. So I'm from Red Feather Mind, Body, Spirit. We're an imprint of Shiver Publishing, which is a family-owned indie publisher, been in business for 50 years out in Pennsylvania. There is the Mind, Body, Spirit imprint, so we specialize in tarot decks, oracle decks, spiritual books, and sacred products. We're known for going for higher quality boxes, like nicer cardstock, just like we're a little bit extra with some of our production choices. And with some of what we publish, we do a lot of literary and art tarots, concept decks, things that are a little bit unusual. So we really like doing funky things, finding unique projects, and curating our list, which is currently about 20 to 24 titles per year. I'm the AE and director of Red Feather. So as acquisitions editor, it's my job to screen everything that's coming in, decide which projects are going to go forward, and then help to lead those through the publication process. I'm also kind of behind the overall direction of the imprint, our sales and marketing position, brand positioning, B2B and B2C messaging, and just overall kind of ship as well as I can, but of course with a team of amazing people all around me. So yeah, I'm really excited to be here today.
Amazing, thank you. And Anna, I feel like Anna's like a split the difference between you two in my mind.
Yes, I'm Anna Frolic. I'm the founder of Wonderland Publishing, and even though I'm also in the publishing industry, I started in a pretty different way. Publishing actually started as a self-publishing venture back in 2012, so it's been a pretty long time. And back then, I was just getting started on my journey as a healer and intuitive reader, and I'd also had a creative background, so I pretty quickly had the idea to start creating my own card decks. And so one thing led to the next, but getting curious about how I created my decks and started asking a lot of questions. I took everything I knew, turned it into a course that I was sharing for many years, and for the past 6 years, I've been helping creators, spiritual teachers, healers, authors, creatives, artists, and so on, to birth their own card decks into the world through hands-on services as well. And more recently, we've launched a group program as well, or a mastermind, where we're more like to a community focus, where we can all learn with each other and support each other. Yeah, it's kind of a short version of the story. The focus of my work, I would say in the past 6 years, I've been doing a lot of different projects and working with a lot of different people. What is really near and dear to my heart is definitely the focus on the magical realms and working with elementals or angelic beings, more divine feminine earth focused, a little witchy, that kind of vibe. Yeah, like children's books, I think is something that's going to be coming too, but anything in that realm, sort of whimsical, that's really my passion. So I think we're going to be heading more in that direction in the next little while.
Absolutely, I would agree. Probably all this Aquarius energy, right? We've got to have a little more whimsy happening of that. And so you already just started touching on it, Anna, so maybe I'll go back to you and we'll do reverse order. I'll try not to throw things around in too much disarray. But if you could let me know and the audience know, what are you looking for and what is your business all about? So we have the group mentorship option, the camaraderie amongst creating oracle decks, and then we have this like weekend that you may be interested in hearing about, projects to do with your children. Is there anything else as to what Wonderland Publishing would be looking for?
Yeah, so I would say I'm currently in a period of transition and have been for the past years. So I'm also moving more towards the traditional publishing world. I feel that's more of my long-term vision. So I would say that's why my focus is shifting more in terms of working with clients more closely to like privately one-on-one. So like in a group setting or mastermind setting, like open to receiving from anywhere. I'm with the creators of founders of the company named Rage Create. They their own decks, really beautiful work, and their background is a little bit different, but I think we're a really big team. They're really good at the sales and marketing aspect too. Have an e-commerce background, so I think it's a really good way to combine all of our skills. If that answers your question.
Absolutely. It's just kind of a perspective. If publishing is just like in their world, right? Then it's sort of just stepping into, okay, you could approach it. And then Crystal, what is a way that people could approach, what is it that Red Feather would be looking for at this time?
Yeah, so when it comes to Tarot Oracle, the first thing that I'm always looking at is the art. The national surveys that tell us that before even the deck theme, before they're thinking about do they want a dragon deck or an angel deck or whatever their paradigm is, the art has to be really good. So the big proposal, I'm going to tell you the truth, I skim right down to take a look at the card art because it could be a great concept, but if the art's not there, we'll have a difficult time selling it. We're also looking for unique angles, right, that don't exist yet. And that's becoming increasingly challenged because a lot of people have gotten into the deck game. So when you're approaching a publisher, or if you're going to self-publish and you're just looking for the best way to be able to publish your own stuff, right, you need to have some kind of a hook that makes your project uniquely different from anything else that's out there, right? If you're the only garden gnome tarot, that's great, right? You're checking a box for something people are interested in that doesn't exist yet, right? If you're another dragon tarot, you need something that's different about your dragon tarot that the other dragon tarots don't have. So make sure that you just have that elevator pitch in mind, because talking to a publisher or just trying to sell your own stuff, that'd be really important, and that's one of the main things that I'm really looking for as well. Of all different kind of shapes and sizes are great. Big books, we're one of the publishers who will still lean in on larger, more expensive decks where a deck has a good story to tell. Small decks are great to have as well, so we kind of cross the range of prices. And then in the book world, we're really leaning in more on niche, intermediate, and advanced materials. Again, just like we've had a lot of tarot decks at the market, we've had a lot of beginner books hit the market as well, and there's plenty of them. And I know, folks who've been at this for a while, this is something I've been personally involved in as well. I think that the more advanced material is where the marketplace opportunity is, as far as availability goes, and also making sure that we're committing to a customer who's been at this for a while, who's going to stay in the category. So that's kind of where we're aiming as far as future acquisitions goes.
Amazing. Thank you. Very clear. And now, Nick, what is it that Deckible is looking for, or what would be the pathway through to Deckible?
Well, we began thinking that we really focused on taking the existing decks and bringing them to Deckible, and we absolutely are focused. But what surprised us is just how much content has been created just for Deckible. So digital-only content, things that's really risen to the fore is, we integrate a guidebook within the deck, right? So now people have your guidebook in your deck, and are people really going to flick through and look it all up? With Deckible, you just flip to the third side, the guidebook is there instantly. But in addition to that, you also support audio and video on every card. So that is really powerful, right? Because I don't know if you've heard of this statistic, but 7% of the meaning of something comes from the words. Add in audio, it adds in another 30-40%. And then if you add the visual, you get an extra 60%. So your word experience is really what we lock into. Is you're not just digitizing a deck, you're creating an experience. So we're very focused on people that are bringing cool, interesting experiences, and also just to highlight the breadth and depth. Literally, realized that Apple, when they launched the iPhone, big campaign about there's an app for that. They took full-page spreads in the New York Times and stuff. They literally explained what a weather app is, what an email app is, right? It went on. And there is literally, and the world doesn't seem to appreciate this yet, there is a deck for that. And there isn't, that's almost the opportunity. That if there's a book for it, where's the deck to go with it? And the universality of the medium, and the fact that you've deck with you, it's in your pocket, right? Where do people use your deck throughout the day? If it's in your pocket, that's the value proposition that we're bringing, is integrating your daily practice. So journaling, meditation, that type of thing are a really good fit. And give you an example, Elena Brower is an author, a yoga teacher, and she had a couple of decks with, I forget which publisher, but she has a deck that's got a single word deck on, and she was selling this deck on Deckible. She's also added in a 30-second meditation for every word, every card. So we've actually shown a richer experience on Deckible than just you draw the card with the word, for which she provides no definition, and with the digital deck, you get the full experience. We've got an amazing yoga deck on Deckible, face yoga deck. So that deck takes everybody through each of the different exercises that does the face yoga. So then you're delivering the visual art from the card deck. You can do everything you can do with the card deck, but you add in the audio and video piece and the journaling, and it really becomes a daily practice. So that's what we're more focused on, is that there are so many books that could be repurposed as a deck, and big opportunity because there's such a huge back catalogue of content that into a book. I think I mentioned that before. It's like, this is one of my favorite business books, 15 Commitments, right? And it's weird that there are 15. There's a lot of them, but I would love to have it as a deck, so I don't have to flick through. I can remind myself and integrate that into my daily life. But those are the kind of we think about, is how do we touch people during the day, right? But help them build habits, help them transform.
Beautiful. I see we have some questions coming in, which is amazing. This is exactly what we were looking for. I have a question as well for anyone who feels they wish to answer it. I'm going to pass it to Crystal first because I have a feeling that you will, just because you mentioned this, which is the idea